Hello, everybody. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero with this next weekend outlook forecast on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So, we're going to have a pretty nice looking day, but it feels very brisk outside. So, let's get started. Taking a look at some of these computer maps that I was looking at here, some things from the National Weather Service. And overall, I'm going to say it's not that bad of a weekend. So let's get started here. Let me switch over to my computer screen. And for this, we're starting off taking a look at the National Weather Service here. And really, there's just no advisories in the air. And even if we go to this hazardous weather outlook, there's really nothing much going on with this in terms of precipitation. This is really all just because of this wind chill and this cold. So when I take a look at this here, there's really nothing much here. Very cold temperatures expected. That's what the biggest issue is going to be, is the cold. And we'll talk about the temperatures in a little bit. Now let's take a look at some radar. And I'm kind of liking this image that we're seeing here. There's really nothing much. There's a little bit of precipitation through the southeast U.S., right along the coast, going through Florida there. And that's about it. And this is kind of mimicked on the satellite, or it's the same thing on the satellite. And we're seeing here this little strip of just clouds and a lot of clear air right behind it. It's interesting right here. We can see the shadow of the clouds initially as the sun is rising. That's pretty cool to see, the cloud's shadow. And then we're seeing also pretty clear skies, a few passing clouds here and there. But this system is staying mostly offshore. And now when we take a look at the Weather Prediction Center here, here's our high pressure system spinning clockwise throughout our area. This low pressure systems is a little bit outdated. This is 10Z. I'm recording this at 9Z, or 13Z, 14Z. Sorry. So I'm recording this in the morning, and this system's pretty much out. This low pressure and cold front, that's what we saw on the weather maps. And this high pressure is kind of acting like a shield. Now, high pressure systems, they do typically act like shields. And it's kind of like a little dome of clear air with our subsidence, it's called, the sinking motion. That's what keeps everything nice and pleasant. It's still going to be maybe a little bit windy today, but we're really not going to be seeing any kind of precipitation, just sunny skies and a few passing clouds. Okay, so there's our situation currently at the moment. Now let's start taking a look at these forecast models. And what we're seeing here is this pressure gradient still a little bit high for it today. So it's going to be a little bit windy, but it's going to be cold with these, look at this, 516 line right through the area. There's our high pressure coming in later today, so it's going to be almost overhead, and that's when the winds are going to start calming down. And then going into Saturday, high pressure still overhead. That's a decent high pressure, 1038 millibars. And this is really staying with us through Sunday. But for Sunday, this is where we could be seeing a little bit of some flurries here and there. More if you're closer to the lakes, because it's kind of like lake effect that we're going to be seeing coming off here. But still, it's going to be cold. And it's not going to really reach the tri-state area through the weekend, going overnight Sunday into Monday. Same thing. The temperature does warm up a little bit, however. And then we have another high coming through. And we do have some more weather after that, but definitely subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit that subscribe button. So that's the GFS. I'm just going to take you through quickly here. This is the Euro. And it's kind of showing the same thing with our increased pressure gradient. That's going to start dropping overnight tonight. And then going into tomorrow, there again, we have our 1038 millibar high pressure system. And this is going to be keeping us pretty calm. So tomorrow's not going to be that bad of a day, just colder too. And then that stays with us until we start getting into Sunday. So Sunday, this is about 1 a.m. Sunday, and we're starting to see these little flurries make their way through. That's really about it. The Euro doesn't have any kind of flurries or lake effect snow for the day on Sunday. And then going overnight Sunday into Monday, that's really about it until later in the week where we do have a bit more of some weather to talk about. Now on the icon here, switching from tropical tidbits to pivotal weather, back to tropical tidbits here. With the icon, we're seeing again this high pressure gradient. So all these models are pretty much in agreement, just about the same 1039 millibar for the high there. And then for Saturday, lower pressure gradient, so very calm conditions. And then coming into Sunday, the icon here does have a few flurries, maybe some little bit of lake effect snow possible there. And then Sunday is going to still be cold, but on the warming trend a little bit. Here's the 540 line, which is starting to come back north for Sunday. Then going into Monday, there's a little bit more here on the icon. But this is the weekend outlook for Valentine's Day forecast. And the last model here, the NAM, that pressure gradient stays with us for today. So sunny skies, but windy conditions with a few passing clouds. Going into Saturday, high is right overhead, 1037. There we go, 1038. So they're all showing about that 1038 millibar high pressure system. And here we have our increasing pressure gradient going into Sunday, but then that's the overnight hours with those little bits of flurries still in the area. So I'm going to say there's a possibility of some flurries on Sunday. And then it's going to start warming up a tad bit. And then going into Monday, just a little bit more flurry chance, but there's another high coming through. And the last thing we're going to take a look at today is going to be right here, the MOS data. So with the MOS data, we're seeing our highs. Look at these highs today, 35, 36 degrees, not high. Overnight, 11, 14, 12 degrees. This is some really cold air that we're going to be having. About the same thing for tomorrow with these really cold highs. But then Sunday we start getting up to the upper 40s, mid 40s, and then later in the week, excuse me, where we might be seeing a little bit more rain, we're going to be seeing temperatures get back into the 50s in some areas there. So some of these forecast models, 30s, then Sunday is a little bit warmer into the 40s, still in the 40s. And the warmer day is the mid to upper 40s, so maybe the low 50s, when we may be having some rain later in the week. But with that rain coming through later in the week, you definitely want to subscribe to the channel here, so I'll keep you guys updated when I upload videos like this, or I do go live sometimes. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. I hope you enjoyed. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody, and I will see you all in the next video.